To date, over 88,000 people have been displaced into camps because of the conflict. Just outside of Liza, hyen camp is home to 6,845 internally displaced people, with more arriving every day. The Myanmar government has been accused of blocking UN attempts to deliver aid, with only 4 aid convoys reaching camps in KIA-controlled territory in the past year and a half. Here those displaced line up for rations. Many of those who have been displaced tell harrowing stories of atrocities committed by the Myanmar army. Human rights violations have been carried out against the civilian population and servicemen and women alike.
We found systematic targeting of civilians by the Burmese military. We found instances of beatings and torture. We found killings of civilians, a number of cases of sexual abuse, use of child soldiers by both sides, and certainly use of excessive force by security forces on the Burmese army side.
The question remains as to how foreign governments might influence this conflict. Human Rights Watch has criticized Western countries for suspending sanctions too quickly, saying that the regime stands to profit from lucrative investments without any benefit for the vast majority of its citizens, and China appears to be working with both sides. Kachin rebels rely on supplies from across the border, even as Chinese businesses plan major projects with the Myanmar government.
If China wanted to end this insurgency by the KIA very quickly, all they would have to do is close that border, and the Kachin would be in a very, very serious situation. What it indicates is that the Chinese are not entirely on the Burmese government's side. The question is, what is the game for the Chinese in Kachin state? And at this point, only the Chinese can really answer that question.
Several rounds of peace talks have ended in deadlock. In negotiations, the KIA has requested that the Myanmar army withdraw immediately from their territory, and an independent signatory is present when the ceasefire is signed. The Myanmar army says it will only pull back its troops when the KIA has laid down its arms. At present, both sides can't even decide where to hold future talks, and with no end in sight, the KIA says it will continue to fight. On location in Kachin, this is Anthony Neal and Christopher Symes, reporting for Global Post.